Hello and welcome. This is Jin Choi from Money Geek, and in this video tutorial I'll show you how to plan for your retirement using Money Geek's tools. Now I know what you might be thinking. As a young professional, retirement seems like such a long time away. Should you really be thinking about this right now? Well, if you watch this video, I think you'll see that the answer is yes, and there are two big reasons for this. First, people live longer today, and that means you'll need more money to retire than your parents or your grandparents did. Second, the earlier you save, the less you need to save over your own lifetime. If you save now, your savings will compound over decades, whereas if you save a year before you retire, you won't have much, if any, investment gains. So with that, let's see how you can plan your own retirement. So what you see on this page is Money Geek's retirement tool. You can get here by logging in, if you remember, and clicking on the retirement menu here. So once you get on this page, you should start filling in the inputs. The current age is straightforward. I'm going to put my own age here, which is 31, just to show you. And the desired retirement age, let's use the standard 65. You can play around with this number later. And next we should specify at what age we want to stop withdrawing from our savings. Now I hate to sound morbid, but really it should be the age at which we expect to live until. And by the way, if you hover over the question mark like this, you'll see helpful hints pop up that should help you with the planning process. So for now I'm going to say I'll live until 85, even though the Canadian average is 81 right now. And just so you know, we're actually working on updating this tool so that by default it calculates your life expectancy based on your current age using government statistics. But we haven't finished yet, but we hope to make that available to you soon. So next, inflation has averaged 3% for the past 100 years, so let's use that for now. And then we should specify how much we want to withdraw during our retirement years, and note that this number will be inflation adjusted. So for example, say you put down 30,000. 30 years from now, maybe $60,000 will buy the same amount of stuff as $30,000 today because of inflation. And that means if you put 30,000, our tool will assume that you'll withdraw 60,000 when you retire. In other words, the inflation calculation is already done for you. Also, you shouldn't count the pension money in this number. Say you want to spend $50,000 a year during your retirement, and you think you'll receive $30,000 in pension money when you retire. Then you should put down $20,000, as that's how much money you withdraw from your savings each year. So how much should you plan for? Well, as a general rule of thumb, you should assume that you'll spend 70 to 80% of your current income in retirement. And so for now, I'm just going to put down 30,000. I'm sure you can work out your own numbers yourselves. Next, let's fill out how much money we currently have. Let's say we have $5,000 saved up right now. And then we should specify how much money we plan on saving next year. And for the sake of argument, let's just say 3,000. Now let me explain this next number. See, as you grow older, you'll earn more, hopefully. And that means most people will aim to save more over time each year. So this number indicates by what percentage you plan on increasing your savings every year. A good rule of thumb is that this number should be 1 to 3%, between 1 and 3% higher than inflation. So let's choose 2%. And since 3 is the inflation number, 3 plus 2 is 5. So let's put down 5. And if what I just said confuses you, you can always look at the help button to help you figure out how to put in this number. But in summary, we're basically saying that we plan on increasing 5% more in savings every single year than the year before. And then these next two questions ask us what our investment expectations are. You can take a look at the historical numbers for the various portfolios we have, and you can see these numbers here. Here I'm going to assume that I'm comfortable and I've invested in portfolio 4. So let's say that I expect the future to look like the past. So I'm going to go with 7. Oops. And 8 for the expected standard deviation. So now that we have everything filled in, let's analyze. And when you do, you'll see these summaries pop up. So rather than going through each one of these, I'm just going to go skip ahead and look at perhaps the most important metric, which is the chance of success. And in this case, it says that I have less than 7% chance of reaching my retirement goals. And if you're like me, you're thinking, oh, that's super low. Why is that? Well, to answer this question, you should take a look at the objectives section. According to our inputs, we suggested that we want to withdraw money for 20 years. Now, think about that for a minute. 20 years. That's a very long time, especially if you think you'll just live off of your savings for that long. And remember also that I said I'll save up just $3,000 next year and only a bit more with each passing year. Can I really expect to save just $3,000 a year and expect to withdraw $30,000 a year for 20 years? Well, sorry if it sounds unfortunate, but I don't think this is very realistic. So to make a realistic plan, one of two things need to happen. You either need to save more or you need to retire later. So let's first see what happens if you move up the retirement age to 70, for instance. Then the numbers look much better. So we're going to put 70 here. Click on Analyze. So as you can see, the new chance of success, if we work until 70, is 57%. So we have 57% of meeting our retirement goals. But what if you really want to retire earlier and keep it at 65? Well, let's move the retirement age back to 65. But this time, let's say we're willing to save more to reach our goals. So let's say we're going to save $6,000 per year. And let's analyze that again. And in this case, again, according to our assumptions that we have put in, we have 80% chance of reaching our retirement goals, which are a much better metric. So in summary, our tool can help you decide how you want to retire, when you want to retire, and you can do that by changing around the numbers and see what will be acceptable to you. And also, if you scroll to the bottom, you can see the various scenarios that could play out for your retirement savings. So in an ideal world, you'd be able to say that if you save an X amount of dollars, you'll definitely meet your retirement goals. But unfortunately, the real world doesn't work that way. In the real world, investments go up and down almost no matter what. So what happens if we say, well, I just want to put my money under a mattress. I don't want to take this risk. Well, let's see what happens if we, instead of choosing portfolio number 4, which is fairly risky, we choose portfolio number 1. In that case, let's use portfolio 1's number and see what happens. As you can see in this case, we now have 0% chance of reaching our retirement goals because you get a lot less from your investment gains. So as you can see, by taking the ultra-conservative approach, you're essentially guaranteed to fail to reach your retirement goals unless you drastically increase your savings. And this is why putting money under your mattress is not a good idea. So I hope this doesn't sound too gloom and doom for you. You can plan for a comfortable retirement, but it does require letting go of this idea that we can enjoy 2 decades of retirement while only saving a little bit each year. So I really hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. If you have any questions, please send us an email at info@moneygeek.ca. So thank you again for watching and have a great day.